Good evening, watchers, and welcome to another film review tonight. Tonight we're watching the old Dark House, a very old 1930s film. Really enjoyed it, by the way. It's very old though. For a film that's, for a film that old, I really enjoyed it, and yeah, I do enjoy certain 30s films, especially the horror ones. It's kind of a horror type of movie. It's kind of comedy. It's got a sense of humour in it, but. Anyway, so the old Dark House, it's starring Boris Karloff, Meryl Douglas, Gloria Stewart, Charles Launton, Lillian Bond, Ernest, blah blah blah. So you got a cast here from the 30s, of course. 1932, 72-minute film, budget of $255,000. So the plot is, I won't read the whole story. Philip Waverton, his wife Margaret, and their friend Roger Pederall are lost while driving a night of heavy storm. They came across an old house in the Welsh countryside where they receive shelter by Harry's friend and his sister Rebecca. Harry fears that the storm will trap the guest house. He also warns that their mute butler, Morgan, is dangerous, heavy drinker. As Rebecca escorts Margaret to a bedroom to change clothes, she tells the family, Fem family, which Rebecca says were sinful and godless. She accuses Margaret of being a sinful as well. Rebecca reveals that her 102-year-old father, Sir Roderick Fenn, still lives in the house. I'll read a bit of it. I don't want to read the whole lot because it's not a long film. It's only like 22-minute film, so it's over an hour. So it's a film that, at the beginning of the film, they're in this like storm. They end up at this house. It's like the atmosphere in this film is pretty good actually. For a 30s film, I really enjoyed it. I was sitting there going, this film's pretty good. Nice bit of humour in it, of course, which I liked. I've seen a lot of. This is actually older than bloody The Wizard of Oz. It's crazy, isn't it? But the look of the film looked good. I love the atmosphere. It looks great. The house is quite impressive. The size of it's huge. When they end up there, they meet these people. This woman's like she's like deaf, of course. So they do kind of overact in certain things, and you understand why after. You kind of think, oh, okay. They're a bit strange as family, but it kind of makes more sense later on because it turns out it's like. They've got someone locked in this room, and they're dangerous. And of course, in this film, right, you meet these other characters that turn up at the house, and of course, they got no like beds for themselves, so they have to like stay downstairs. And next to this nice warm fire, it's got a nice feel to it. I like the fire, and everyone's just sitting around. It's nice, raining outside. I just like that. I think it's great, raining and stuff, and you're outside. It's nice. Nice warm fire, it's awesome. And I did like the guy who plays the butler. He plays Frankenstein's monster in the Frankenstein movies, which I think is great. Of course, he looks so damn. He doesn't talk or anything. He's acting like the character Frankenstein. He doesn't talk. He's great. He's got that screen presence about his character. When you see him, you think, oh, that guy's kind of menacing looking. But really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed this film. Some pretty good acting to it, I'd say. When you meet the 102-year-old father, whatever, this old guy's who lives in the. It's like you think to yourself, it's a woman. It sounds like a woman. It sounds like a woman. I'm sitting there going, that's a woman, But then when they say he, I thought, okay, so. That part kind of caught me off. I was kind of like, I keep thinking it's a woman, but when they start talking, it sounds like a woman. Kind of looks like a woman, but whatever. So I was sitting there going, okay, 102-year-old woman's man, whatever. So I was sitting there, but anyway, they start to explain about this other son who's dangerous, of course, and of course Morgan, who's the butler, lets him out, and then you think to yourself, oh, that's not a good idea. He's completely nuts, And at first you think to yourself, he does it. He says to him that they locked him because he's, he explains why they locked him in the room, and then you think yourself, oh, maybe they're dangerous themselves. Maybe they did that for a reason. It's a very old film though, very old film. It's 32 film. I don't mind these type of movies. I mean, I can watch the old Frankenstein movies, vampire movies from the 30s. They do some damn good films. So yeah, I really liked it. I think there's another one actually, an old dog. I'm not sure because I was looking on there and it's like a 60s one or something. So yeah, I liked it. I really liked the atmosphere, I liked the characters. So yeah, I really liked it though. The thunderstorms, the atmosphere, I really liked it. So it's a very old film. It's not a long review tonight. And I like the ending to it. It's got a good ending to it, I'd say. You think one character gets killed and it's like, nope, not like that. So yeah. Good ending too, so it ends on a high, I'd say. So yeah. So I really want to give this film. I liked it. It's not like one of the best movies I've ever seen, but I'll give it a 3.5 out of 5. So I'll give it a 3.5 out of 5 for The Old Dark House. I really liked it. Don't, you know, so if you ever... Oh, it's a good film. I really liked it. I want to give it a 4, but it's not long enough for me either to give it a... I don't know, I just think it should be longer, the film. It's like 1 hour 12 minutes, not long enough. So, but I really liked it. I really liked it. It's definitely worth a watch. So yeah, I didn't dislike it at all. It's just not long enough, but I liked it. And the film itself looks pretty good for it, and the atmosphere looks good. So yeah, so the Old Dark House, gets a 3.5 out of 5, which I like. It's definitely worth watching. I've had this for so long. The first time I've watched it tonight. I must have had it back for 3 years. I'm not sure. So I really liked it. So 3.5 out of 5 for the Old Dark House. Look at that for a pic. That's a great image. That's a great freaking artwork. That's fantastic. So yeah, really liked it. It's definitely worth a thumbs up for that film. Very good. So anyway, people, remember to subscribe to the channel. And people, have a nice day, have a nice week. Take a look at yourself and enjoy the video. And subscribe to Retribution Prime. Thank you very much. Yeah.